How's everybody doing? The first, and most such a gracious person, Michael Mick.
Yeah, I can give you the first like, and it's the first one here. Been waiting.
Well, at least I can understand you, Mr. Kiko. How's your mother doing?
Oh, doing better. Still in a rehab. Going to be a
That's
long
got to
while.
that's got to yeah. That's got to. Oh, I know my body felt just having, and I was how old was I?
Were
60,
you
man.
bedridden for a while?
Yeah, man.
How long?
Oh,
Like
well, I was
before
in
you
the
could
hospital.
stand up and function, go to the
I was in the
bathroom on your
hospital.
own?
I was in the hospital for a week, and while I was there, they took me out to go up and down these little stairs, and I only did that once because I wanted to go to the bathroom,
Yeah,
and they tried putting that what do you call it in me.
catheter.
That thing wasn't gonna work, man. My shit was shrunk up like a turtle, you
Hmm.
know. And and I said, I swear to God, lady, if I didn't think I can do this on my own, because there's no way she's gonna get that thing in me.
Yeah.
And if she did, it was going to be torture. So I said, I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't mean it. I can handle it. I'll go to the bathroom, real slow. But I was walking like you remember Artie Johnson that played that old man on Laughing.
Yeah,
That's how I was walking.
they shuffle.
Yep. And
It's
and when
like
I went,
it's like some politicians walk.
oh sure. And on my way out of the what do you call it? I had to uh, stop. They had to get some medicine before I left. And my son had to take over because they couldn't understand me. And when
Well,
we left,
when they operated you, they put those catheters in. You may not know it, but
I don't know, man. I would have known
while
that she
you're
would have.
out,
That would have hurt, man. Because I was,
Uh,
I was,
you wouldn't feel it.
I was
You wouldn't
sleep.
feel it.
I was
Once it's
sleeping.
in, it's,
I
you
was
don't feel
sleeping.
nothing.
I was sleeping on and off all day and night. And I know the third shift lady. All she had to do was watch me on this monitor. She didn't know. She didn't know I could see her because my door was open a crack. So I'm doing all this crazy stuff. Oh, that camera don't work up there. And I could see her laughing. She don't know that I see her. When I went home, I told my son, I said, you're gonna be here for like, I said, stay here for a week or so, man, because I was nauseous, man. I mean, uh, little did I know I had that after my surgery was done. The reason I was choking was that uvula was hitting. I didn't know it back then, but it was hitting my tongue in the back of my throat there, and it was choking me. I had no clue until recently after I got here. So what kind of rehab she got? Up and down with the walker and all that stuff.
well, no, she's pretty much bedridden right now. They have like a little crane. It's actually a hoist.
Oh,
They
she's
put the soft thing under you, and
she's still in the hospital.
she's in a rehab facility,
Wow,
but
nursing home.
she can't she can't stand up yet. Her legs are way weak, and she's not eating much. We told her she got
Hey,
to eat to get strength, and so
um,
I mean, I hope she's not giving up. But hey, at
she'll,
99, I don't blame her. I'd be a little tired
yeah,
too. But uh,
yeah. You should get some kind of pass on them.
yeah, yeah. But
I was telling I
Sure.
was telling I was telling this route supervisor we got, Ralph Blackwood, super cool guy, and he was driving me. I forget where we were going in his supervisor car, route supervisor, and he was talking. I don't know how old he was, but he knows what it was like to work. He didn't like driving too much, and he started talking about his dad, and his dad was like, I think he's at that time his dad was uh, 90, 90, 95 or 6 or whatever. And there, him and his brother, he's telling us that his dad wanted to eat some bacon, this and that. And Ralph said, he kept saying, well, why can't I? And Ralph and his brother would say, well, it'll kill you. I said, Ralph, you're 95, man. You know? Listen, where he grew up and what he had to endure as a human being, from down south. I said, let him eat bacon, man, you know? I said, he spent most of his life, almost all his life, to a degree, where he was told where to eat, where to sleep, where to sit, what he couldn't get in, what he couldn't get out of. You know, if he wants to eat bacon, buy him a slab of bacon, man. Because he wants, I mean, what are you going to do, man? It ain't, you going to prep him for a 200?
I heard if you're a Filipino and you live to be 100, the government will give you a tax-free check for 100,000 pesos.
Oh, all right.
What are you going to do with 100,000 pesos? Pay for your funeral?
You know, my cousin, was an electrician,
Oh,
and
no. You ain't going on vacation.
he was an electrician, and when he went over a certain amount of money, he didn't have to pay any Social Security or none of that. I forget what it entailed, but um, yeah, if it, see,
Hey,
the stuff she'll do it at her leisure. Her body will eventually let her back in.
speaking of that, Tony, I got confirmation what my Social Security monthly is going to be, and there's
Uh,
nothing about my below age child, under 18. I thought
really,
she'd get some extra money
you
until
should.
she turns 18, but
It's called
Yeah.
auxiliary benefits. Well, not
well,
auxiliary. Auxiliary.
well, there's no mention of that. Maybe that's to
Well,
come later. I don't know, but
no,
and
don't.
and also, wait, also it said my first one comes the last Wednesday in December.
Yeah, okay.
So
Trying to figure
so
that.
there I'm missing all of
It started
November.
in December.
Do
You're, mi-
do they
you
am
you're
I
missing
getting
that.
paid in December for November or no?
No,
I'm going to miss the
I
month
don't. I don't think so.
because my birthday's in October, so I'm not going to get paid in
Uh,
November.
it's because it's because of the date your birthday was on.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really don't. I don't think there's any back pay. I think
they
if there were, you'd be getting it in the end of November
uh,
instead.
yeah, well, I'm going to get it the last Wednesday of December, which is 2 days
But
after Christmas. So
listen,
that's
you got to go
because
down.
my birthday's at the end of the month. So
You got to go down there. You got to go down there and get in your ear about it because one of my fellow drivers. I told you this before. He um he retired and he all the overtime that dude worked. I mean, fuck. Oh my god. He was getting $6,700 a month,
yeah.
and he had a daughter that just started college, so she was out, and the other one he gave that money to her for her tuition.
Hmm.
Now he had one minor, and he got money for it too, because that's what he went down and he sat in front of that person. So you go down to your local one, they'll have a kiosk, you'll punch your order of business, just whatever,
Yeah.
pick one, and then your number will be called, and then you'll talk to a person at the window or somebody that's sitting down. I mean the boss, and they'll break all of that down for you, and they don't want you to go away mad, man, because I was pissed when I went. Well, I was confused. I didn't know nothing about nothing. This is new to me. So there's stuff that they're not going to voluntarily tell you, but you really have to educate yourself on this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh,
if I'm supposed to get more for a minor, I want to get that for the next
You
2 years.
are, you are. How
right.
old's your minor? 15.
Just going to turn 16, so it's
Okay,
up
you got
till
two
she's
years.
18, right?
Right. I
I
was
think
told. I
that's
was
right.
told. I was told after their 17th birthday, but a year's a year, if anything.
Yeah, year of money is a year of
It's,
money.
So
as long
I
as they
think
stay in school to graduate, even though their birthday falls before the end of the school year,
two. Yeah.
you can still collect until they graduate high school.
Well, yeah. See, my daughter. I
But
had one
the
daughter.
birthday
I had one daughter that when I
don't
was
graduate
10.
in July
I,
and collect all the months.
anyway, go
No,
down there. you go down there and check it out.
Yeah, I did all mine online, and I got it's pretty much what my statement said would
Oh,
be,
there we go.
but there's nothing for additional child, and I don't know if I'll get that, so I'll have to go in person.
Well,
You know,
a lot of times it could come on the middle of the month, something like that.
yeah,
Because what you got to do is that's all your income. Say if you were on disability and you had a child and your child was getting a benefit, now the child ain't disability you are. That child would get money, but that child's money would be tacked onto your earned income off of your Social Security.
but
So
what I
you're,
mean is, if would that be a separate direct deposit if you get it direct deposit, or do they put it
I don't
together?
know.
You know,
I don't
I
know.
don't.
I don't know about
That's
that
something
either.
I'd have to ask
Like,
them.
listen, I think because it's a minor, you have to have a adult like overseer, whatever you want to call it. So I believe you'd have to open up, go down Monday and open up a savings account for your kid,
No, she already has
whatever.
her own checking and savings account.
No, dude. Open one up that you both can access.
Right.
She, because she's a minor, or he's a minor, whatever. You just don't get to, you know, to tack
Right.
it on to her thing. You got to go through you.
Yeah.
I don't think you gotta open another bank account. I really
Michael's
don't.
awake, yeah.
I don't know.
Michael,
We'll
this,
see.
you
But
must,
they're entitled. This is a minor child is entitled to half of your Social Security. That's one child. You have two, then they get 50% each.
no. It's up to
It
Yeah,
100.
depends.
only
We're not. That may be with SSI, but I'm just talking regular Social Security retirement. I don't think
well,
it's that way.
it's basically the same. I would think when it comes to minor children.
Well, you know what? Go down there because they're all about. I mean, I have not had a bad experience, and if you go down there, they'll help you through it. Otherwise, they're not worth working. You know, they're not. Then you call the internet. You call Chicago or somebody, or some main office.
Well,
If
they
you're local,
always want you to do a survey when you're
I know
done now,
that.
so they don't
Not,
they don't like to get bad ratings.
yeah. Yeah, well, of course. Well, I had a beef about something. The guy goes, "What?" Because I was like, I was going to say, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." And then the guy goes, "Whoa, now, you know."
Oh, I forgot to order me a new telephone.
I was checking into this truck today, so
A truck,
yeah, Toyota Hilux.
nice.
One's a 2023. I can get that for 33.5, and a brand new one costs 39. This is a 20, a white
Why do
one though.
you why do you even want to spend that much? Why don't you get one a little older? I mean,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
that's just they don't have the junk like we do, man. They keep their showroom is in back of the street. When you're on the street in America, they got all the cars up front.
right,
Here,
right.
here there's only guest parking. You have to go to the showroom to get to to talk about stuff first. You just don't get
Yeah. Do
so
they
you're
even
in.
have a stock of vehicles on
Oh,
site? I
yeah,
mean, do they?
yeah. They got a ton of them in the back. You'll see these. It looks like a freaking farm field full of cars.
Uh
They
huh.
got hangars. They got hangars over 'em.
Wow.
Anyway,
Hey, this what?
I wanted a blue one, a 4x4, a blue one because it has the bigger engine.
Get
And
one with a light interior. I'm telling you. Now, hot
well,
sun, man. You
no,
want
that
something
black.
like light gray or light
No,
tan.
I got
Damn
truck.
black
The truck.
vinyl or black leather. Jeez.
The lady sending me messages. Michael's awake. Yeah, it's a miracle in itself, man.
Hey, I got a lot of views on that video
What good video?
with the black screen.
With the black screen video, you got a lot of views, huh?
Oh yeah, I got like 176 views. Something
Do that.
What
At
a
least
blank.
put some elevator music on or
You know
something,
why?
so
like this.
relax.
It was like this. It was
You know
like
why?
that.
Because
Really?
people were hoping against hope that you were going to answer it.
Yeah,
Gary,
probably.
hey, Gary's here.
Like, I got.
So anyway, I gotta send a link.
I had my tech in Colombia
Bam, bam.
um, put together a laptop from Lenovo for me. Then I kind of
Great
put a
Colombian
couple little
connection.
upgrades on it. Come to 41,000 pesos, basically. 2 pesos off
That's
makes it
800 bucks.
41,000.
Almost $800, huh?
Okay,
Right?
now I couldn't get the payment to go
Yeah.
through from my wife's account,
It's not such a
and
bad
then it
thing.
just blocked me. So I thought, well, 24 hours next day should go through, no problem. Didn't go through. Got a hold of the representative, and so she gave me 3,200 more pesos off. So it only cost me 37 for 52,000.
Buy some extra beer with that.
Huh? Oh yeah.
My, my boy's looking for an ass kicking real bad.
So but the only problem with it, because it's special ordered, that it takes 4 to 5 weeks.
I mean,
And
why,
then
why,
wait.
why would you go to Colombia to have something that you could probably get a little closer?
That's where my tech is.
Well,
She's the one
you got a
that did
personal
all
tech?
the research.
You got a personal
Huh?
tech? You
Yeah.
got a personal tech, huh? You ever meet this person?
Nah,
Hello, Christian.
not in person, but I'll tell you what, she does all the homework and she knows a lot. She
Yeah.
knows where to look and
Well,
where
you're
to
lucky. You
find
haven't been,
deals.
you're lucky you haven't been taken.
She's in Colombia?
Yeah, she lives in Colombia.
Yeah.
Actually, she's Swedish.
Oh,
She's
I
from
was gonna
Sweden.
say.
Well, this sounds like a spy novel kind of thing.
Maybe Dennis would know her in Colombia.
Yeah, he's probably made his way around town. Maybe she's not up on his. Maybe she's not on his scale or something.
But she does it all for free. What you got to do is say thank you. She's
Yeah, you talk
more
about some
willing
bait.
to help you out. Yeah. Oh, I met her off another channel. But you just tell her how much money you want to spend and what you want to use it for. And she'll get you the best price that she can find.
Now, does she just chat with you, or does she FaceTime with you or something? You talk to her on screen?
Just talk to her on Facebook, but it's not video chat. It's just talking back and forth. She has cerebral palsy, and I think she's in a wheelchair. But she don't really want to advertise that. But well, she's good at her job. You know what I mean? I would have never thought to look at Lenovo.
The poor girl, it's not a job if she's not getting any money for it.
I have a Lenovo.
I think she gets disability.
850 bucks.
You have a shorter ooh-la, too.
The shorter what?
Or whatever they call that.
I don't know.
Shalom.
The thing
Shalom.
they cut off. Yeah, you're
What are you thinking,
throat's
Jewish
long.
now, Michael?
Long.
You act like you're the most stressed out kid in the freaking world.
Yeah.
You want to try looking mean like that to me standing right here? Holy cow, boy. Oh, my God.
I ain't your kid.
Nephew?
Dude, I give him such a, oh, my God. Oh, man.
You spoil him too much, huh?
No, he just doesn't like to do something. He carries on for. You know what they do? If I was in the bedroom, he'd be in there fucking crying. I come out here, he comes out here. I don't want to
He
do
just don't want to be alone.
I don't want to work. I want to bang on my drum all day.
Well, people do that on Michael's live stream. He blocks them, right, Michael?
No, man. Let me see. Oh my God, I'm like this freaking close, man. To my first ass whipping a kid since 1989.
They ought to have some special milkshakes that help kids go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Only when I, this is what the only time of the week I can do something here. We went downstairs. Give me anyway, I'm trying not to. Hey, guess who's here? Guess who's here? There we go.
Hey.
Yo,
Hey.
out of the hospital.
What's going on?
He's out, man.
You home?
Yeah, he's got a new avatar too. You got getting some rays out there or what?
41 in the morning there, man.
What
I'm
time?
trying to tell you.
It's 5:41 a.m. Friday morning.
Early to bed, early to rise, right?
Shit, get to sleep when you can get to sleep. Whoop, whoop.
Ronald,
What's up, Mike Gang? What's up, Kiko? What's up, Michael? What's up, Tom?
Hey,
your leg.
tell us your status and your health status there.
Health status is the leg is
Still
still
alive.
swollen. I'm still trying to, stretch it so I can, get it back to that memory where you don't Quasimodo and shit.
Holy shit, I'm about.
Other than that, ain't nothing but a shitload of appointments coming down the pipe.
You're just another squirrel trying to get a nut, huh?
I'm trying to get these 58 fucking staples out of my leg.
Ronald.
They said a month, didn't they?
Yeah, it said about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Don't mess with your middle leg.
Oh no! I mean, I got some fresh blood going to that bad boy. I had to put a snake rock holder on that puppy.
That external pump away, huh? Don't need it.
Well, the doc said you won't be needing no ED medication. I don't think.
I'm gonna put a big artery going to that bug.
That motherfucker like the Holland Tunnel. So I'm just sitting around the house. I got some caregivers that come in here, take care of business, do this, do that. Occupational specialists and a physical therapist come to the crib.
Bringing you food.
No, they don't. They could do it. I think they will if I ask them to. I try to get a couple of happy.
Okay, take out a couple inches, you'll be all right.
Hey, I might have to hit one of them with it.
Did you ever hear of a Social Security award letter?
Yeah.
What? Award letter.
Yeah, that's to let you know you got the Social Security.
Oh, punch it up. See if you got one. You might have had one from 20 years ago.
Does DoorDash deliver Canadian Mist?
DoorDash.
Hell
Yeah.
They're gonna have to email.
Hey, I
Well, they
ordered
used to
this.
call that the
Hey,
Class 6 store, right? What'd the Army
Hey.
call it? We call it the Class
PX?
6 store that sold the liquor.
PX.
Yeah, we just call it maybe exchange packets.
PX.
Yeah, the package store or the Class 6 store.
PX.
Yeah,
They should have a DoorDash for
know
that.
it.
Can you imagine?
Class
They
6.
probably have a bunch of drunk dudes driving the DoorDash.
Oh, and
Getting in all kind of trouble.
I bought this battery once, and the guy, UPS driver, brings it up. His younger brother, and it's heavy. Of course, it's heavy. And he says, "Damn, what's it heavy? What do you got in there?" "Oh, there's a couple of keys of coke in there." He just saw his face when I first said it. I said, "I'm just
Yeah,
bullshit."
Batteries are about some of the heaviest shit you can have.
Oh, I got to tell you this story, man, and I'm sure it was over a mile. When I was in the army, I was living down in Wheeling, Illinois, and being from Wisconsin, I knew nobody around. So I needed a car battery. Battery died. I go to a Kmart that was my whole walk was through like this grassy area that they had the transformer bridges or towers on. You know, I had that fuck. I was 20. I was 21 when I was carrying that. I had it on my right shoulder, my left shoulder, in front of me. It was kicking my ass, man. And it was over a mile walk, but what was I gonna do? You know, oh fuck! I never went through that again.
Right?
Then I go. Then they do their uh, vehicle and periodic vehicle inspections when you go onto the freeway and on ramp. And there was this couple, not couple, it was a son was a senior and his mom was even more. You know, so they stopped their car and the guy says, well, "Get out!" You know, being a real jackass, man. The old lady got out of the car. He goes, "You get back in the car. I didn't tell you to get out." I went, "Holy shit!" I said, "Man, oh man, you know, you're like at their mercy, man. What are you gonna do? You know, today's world, you speak up right away, but back then, you know, you just yes, thank you, sir. May I have another kind of thing." You know?
Give me some more punishment.
Ask, ask Kevin Bacon. He knows.
So last week, Ronald, my oldest daughter flew all the way from Seattle.
Oh,
Spent
my.
one day back on the plane, flew 5 hours back.
Right?
Yeah.
That's about right. It'll be the
Just
same when
come
I
for
fly to Philly in June.
she come for her grandmother's birthday. She stayed for a day. That's all she wanted to be here.
Right?
Yeah, she's not as close to us as the rest, I guess. Her,
Hey, but
she's
still,
she's different, but she made it. So
that's right. Shit. It's better than I ain't never gonna see you fuckers again. You know.
yeah,
Come ask me for nothing.
my mother's in a rehab facility. I had six of my 7 kids were able to visit her on her birthday.
Nice.
My youngest boy, he's in college in Florida, so he couldn't make it. So.
And it's all gravy. Ain't no telling. Michael
Put
was
myself.
24 for sure. Hey Tony, let me say, stop fucking with my nephew. You let him do what he want to do. You don't start acting like your dad over there while I'm away.
Who the hell you talking to?
You leave my
Your
boy
nephew.
Mateo alone. You let him
Your
do what he
nephew.
want to do. Yeah, my nephew.
Who?
Mateo.
Oh, the Slayer.
Oh no, Mateo.
Oh,
Yeah. You can
see,
even
see, this is
I think
this
he's
is part.
talking about his nephew.
This is part. Yeah, this is part of the. I remember what it was like to get it for nothing when I was young, but he gets everything and he gets treated good. He don't like he don't like to have to do any homework and read a book, though he knows the answers already. They had him teaching math last week,
right. Now what he
but
got to do is
but,
homework.
but listen,
He
this
ain't
is
get
the
to
only
work with
time
that.
this it's enough disrespecting me and his mother, and he's got real close to an ass kicking. You know, I don't look forward to it, but I don't know. You
Hey,
know,
yeah, there's certain ones you can't spare. You just have to pop that ass.
But
You
the
if
know.
one,
all I can say is if I'd had a brother, I'd had a lot of practice when I was a kid because the way that my older sister acts, I'd be whooping her fucking ass all the time.
Word.
hey, the one that was just whining, that's your nephew, right? That's not your son.
No, that's my son.
That's
Oh, okay.
Mateo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hell,
John
he don't
McCain.
like
Yeah.
he don't like his mother's doing is helping him remember this book. He's got to memorize some story or something, and he already knows it. He can read. You know, he lays on the floor and he looks at it. He asks him any question about it, and he answers. So I said, "What are you going to be when you grow up?" He said, "I'm going to be a cab driver."
I ain't nothing wrong with that.
Cab driver.
Yeah.
Hey, there's some
80,000 a year now.
And,
Right.
and
You
I'm
know what
only
I'm saying?
I'm only gonna pick up foreigners.
He's
I'm
8.
gonna
I
charge
said,
them the foreigner tax.
I said that you know, he could be a computer programmer since he likes this gaming. He plays those games like Christian does. But that's but those guys are a little too old for him because they had some videos in there where there was some swearing and stuff. And he went to school and he's showing all these kids this shit, and then he's drawing it.
Look, I'm number one.
Listen, my reaction to that was far from what my father's would have been.
Right.
My dad, I did that not to him, but I talked shit about him when he was standing at the back door. I'm talking to my friends who were in their car in the alley. I didn't even know he was there. I go, that fucking old man, this and that, and I look up.
Whoops.
Well, by then he was feeling guilty about had whooping my ass since fucking day one up to, up to 15 or 16 or whatever it was.
Meanwhile, you're looking for a rock to crawl under.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Can't get away.
It became more clear after he died as to why he was the way he was. I wish I'd have known that before. But
then you could have got away with more stuff.
no, I didn't get away with shit. Dude. My dad, and when I stopped putting my hands up to protect him from hitting my fucking face, then he stopped. Because I'm like, I just got to one point one day, and I go, fuck this shit. I go, Jesus Christ, man, I got. Anyway, I mean, my kids benefited from that, but it really, for me, it don't help because there's no making it up, man. It really fucks up your head when somebody treats you like that.
Yeah, Tony, I know the feeling, bro. But like I told my kids too, when I whooped their ass, my son turned around and tells me, I ain't mad at your dad. You didn't have a dad either, so you didn't know what the fuck he was doing either. That's what he said. I said, thank you, son.
The last time I went out with him for his birthday, and he was supposed to apologize for his behavior, and I said, you know what, you ain't gonna tell me nothing, man. I mean, it ain't gonna make any, it doesn't do me any good now. You being your story, that didn't help. It wouldn't have helped me, period. But the idea of in your subconscious, you're thinking, oh, someday this will be righted. And when you come to when that person passes, there is no, you're left with the shit you lived with, and that is a real mind.
I don't let it bother me, Tony. That's what I'm saying.
Fucked your head up, but while he was out, I told my mom, I told him, I said, the only I remember him doing for me was after I got divorced the first time, I had nowhere to stay, and one of my sisters the sister younger than me was living there with their kid and her husband. We our family's been friends forever, but their parents had nobody left in the house. So my mom goes, I said, I ain't got nowhere to stay, and she said, I don't care, you can't stay here.
Damn.
Oh, she's feeling guilty about it now because when these people, anywhere in the world, they're trying to square it with God before they leave. So they're trying to make amends to everything they've ever been wrong or guilty about. So
Yeah, but this is Friday. We ain't talking about yesterday.
yeah, I don't know how we got off on that one. I think it was
I know
because Michael's influenced that one. I guess.
What?
We
Blame
gotta
it all on.
blame something on you.
What? You didn't see my short?
Hey, Michael, you come on here and automatically I lost 4 people.
What was your short about?
Sure.
Oh, there we go. Short stubby.
Ain't a stubby.
Don't extend that middle finger.
You know what?
You're not
And
drinking with
living
high
out of the
class.
way. So you can
You know
breathe.
what beer? You know what beer I'd like to get? Here's Modelo, man. That stuff's nice and smooth. It's five and a half or 5%. It's in a bottle like that too, man. Oh.
The little
They
tiny
bought
bottle, yeah.
some.
No, it's like that with a thin neck with a fat, you know.
Yeah, like a little San Mig.
Perfect, man. It was good stuff too.
We're going to the fake beach
You
tomorrow.
know, you know what I got in trouble for a couple of times when I called the AT&T once and I called uh, Social Security. And I'm talking to these two dudes. One guy's name was Skyler. The other guy, I don't know what. But instead of saying man, oh man, I said boy, oh boy. And they took it the wrong way, man. They just all of a sudden they clammed up, you know. But I didn't want them, you know. I wanted them to think. I didn't want them thinking the way they were thinking, you know. But you know, I was having a nice, cheerful conversation, and all of a sudden, you know, it didn't dawn on me right away either, because I was just saying like boy, oh boy, man, you mess with, you know, you do that shit, forget about it. Anyway, what's up with the leg now? Y'all good with the heart?
Well, the heart is perfect. Ain't nothing wrong with the heart, man. Heart good. It's just the fact that there wasn't no circulation on there when I got that
Mm.
streptococcus on there, and the sore developed on that leg. So no circulation. So long time processing, to heal. But now that the thing is flowing real good, the leg is hot as a pancake and shit. And now I got to work all that crusty shit off the outside so they can heal up a regular scab. Now, I may have to go back to wound care, and they break out the sander and shit.
Well, you're all single again. You don't have no
Break
woman.
out.
You don't have no woman to rush back to anymore,
But-
right?
But no, I ain't got that.
Break out the heavy grinder.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sit down.
The grinder.
Cut through the
Your
surgical.
leg, your leg
my
could be
steel.
so smooth you could be a lady boy.
I'm like Tony now. I told him when I got home, I ain't wearing no pants the rest of the year. Nope.
Uh,
I bought a slew of those fucking snap-on NBA type, just rip them off.
Rip them off.
Yep, that's the only way I'm getting them on too. Ain't picking this leg up until it's time. You gotta get this motherfucker where,
hey,
it
You
hurts,
said-
but
you sit in that chair for a fucking week with the same shorts. It don't matter.
don't I? But the shorts are just as bad. I don't have to pull up the snap-ons. I just wrap it around my
Listen,
waist and snap.
Here's something I did. This is the kind of person I am. When I fell and hit my head, I didn't stop me from working because I had a goal, you know. And one morning, when I had my pickup truck, I had this bag that I used to carry to work, all my, personal shit in there and all this stuff. And I used to flip it over to the back seat, and then when I got home, I'd take it out. And I must have pulled something, and I didn't feel nothing. But when I woke up in the morning, I couldn't. I was freaking crying, boy. I couldn't even I had a hard time putting my pants on. And when I walked into work, the guys at the call table, they were going, "Holy fuck, look at that!" Because it took when I to get up from a desk, I put my fist down on top of the desk, and I was shaking, you know,
Damn.
to pick my weight up.
Right,
But
right,
that's
right.
but that's the kind of person I was, man. Because I'm telling you, my old man must have been. He was an asshole. He didn't work overtime. He was a dick. But the one thing I learned from him was going to work. How important it was to keep going to work. So I never missed a day because of all that shit.
There you go. Got something out of it. See,
So when that day came, I was rewarded. Finally. So, but
always a silver lining in some bullshit.
it you go. I've always been of that mind that you go until you can't go no more,
Right?
and that's me. You know,
Sorry.
I-
Man, I do what man got to do.
I don't know anybody that I worked with over there, or anybody that would have fucking endured what I did.
Hmm.
I ain't lying, man. It was freaking tough.
What did I get up for? I hate that.
I should have not. I should have been off of work at least 8 months.
All right.
At least.
I'm walking. I gotta walk this puppy out. It hurt like the dick, so I'm grabbing my
So I'm
eyes.
like, "How you doing?" They go, "How you doing?" I'm fine. You done working there, boy?
You walking on your own, Ronald, or you using a walker?
I got this walker with these 4 wheels on it and shit. And just to drive me across the room, I still gotta put this plate down.
Hey, my dad had a walker, but he goes, "I ain't losing that fucker in front of nobody."
He's lined up. Yeah,
Michael
I got
needs
some
a- Michael-
occupational people coming over today too.
Michael needs a alcohol caddy,
Who?
beer caddy.
What for?
I do have one.
You don't have to leave the chair.
He got 6 or 7 of them, right, Michael?
You can
I
piss.
borrowed it. All right, I'll show you.
He can piss himself right in the chair.
Sit there and just by command say, "Get me another beer," and it
Yeah,
magically
what?
appears.
A bunch of beer getters.
You
That's
you,
right.
you could find plenty of rats around there to run that wheel. You know?
That's a big motherfucker.
There you go.
Oh, this guy thinks everything, man.
The only problem is ice doesn't last too long in the Philippines.
Yeah, I think I took my.
I think Jesus Coke in here.
I bought a bucket. I bought a small. It wasn't meant for beer, but it was a Coca-Cola thing, like a half of. What did they call that? Used to call that that wicker basket. That you run.
Harvest basket.
Bushel?
Yeah, well, yeah. You put you go out to the clothesline, you fold them up, and
Right.
Pepper.
Clothes basket. Yeah.
okay, clothes basket.
No, ain't the ones over there. They're about cheap as shit.
Anyways, what about the hamper?
What the what?
The hamper.
About a basket. What are you talking about? About putting beer in it or what?
Oh, mine was
It's
a
a
short. Mine was a galvanized. You could put about. Fuck, you could put a whole case of beer in there if you wanted
Oh,
on
yeah?
ice. I think I took that here with me. I think I got it in one of my pockets. But maybe the mice and the rats chewed up the rest of the shit. I forget after all this time what I all had in there. That was 3 years ago I started sending that stuff.
All right.
You still have Balak Bion boxes full there?
Yeah, man, I got 2 old ones right here. I got how many downstairs? I got 3. I got about 10 of
You
them.
haven't even opened yet?
No,
You know
no,
what's
because
in it.
you know what happens around here when you start opening stuff, don't you?
Everybody comes.
Fucking
Oh, I
coffee.
want that. I want that.
What was in there?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but they'll take it.
Yep, they'll take it.
What can I tell? So the
What
so the
they'll
lady,
do with it, I don't know. But
so the lady told me, 'cause I'm not giving too much of a shit for being a model year old anymore. The truck I'm looking at. So I told her, it's a brand new, and she can give me what here? Let me see. Oh, here it is. 1.937 million. Discount of 50,000. Free comprehensive insurance, LTL registration, and free periodic maintenance from 1,000 1 kilometer to 20K, 1K to 20K. The total outlay is 1.887. Do I
What are you
need?
talking about? For a truck?
Yeah. Do I need? Do I
Is
need?
this a roll-up window? Is
Listen.
this a
Oh,
manual?
dude,
What?
this a Hilux, man. Toyota. It's like a Tundra, kind of.
The basic ones with roll-up windows and manual
No,
transmission.
dude. Power everything, man. The only thing about Toyota is they don't like you can get the 4x4 in a Ranger. You can get a Sport which has 4x4 and it has a phone charger, all this shit, But
So what is it? Is this all-wheel drive or what?
no, front. It's a 4-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive. It's a Toyota what?
Hilux.
Tacoma here.
Hilux. Look,
Oh.
if you're gonna finance it, make sure you
No.
ask the bank this
No fucking finance
because
here, man.
well,
All right.
about
My
that.
question, Tony.
I don't have the money you have, but don't do like Philly in the
Well, if you
Philippines
didn't
did.
drink, you would have.
Bought a brand new one, and they told him he wanted to make double payments. No, he can't make double payments.
I never heard of that.
So after 6 months, either pay
What's
it
up,
off,
David?
continue to make payments.
Where is that? Where? Here? Where?
Ask Philly in the Philippines.
Fuck
He'll
that.
tell you.
Okay.
Because he wanted to make double payments. He wanted to make double payments. There
If
he
you-
is.
Topless in Seattle.
Michael, it would have been better for him just to save that
Be
money and
horny.
pay cash for the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
My question is, this is a dumb question.
Some-
Wait a minute. Dumb question. How do you transfer that kind of money to the Philippines? You want to pay 34 grand for a vehicle. How do you transfer that much without
Well,
signing your
well,
life
you're
away to
tran-
somebody?
The only organization that does there's no limit on the amount. All they have to do is verify your identity. You could send 50 grand through Western Union.
You can't.
You can, but
Or
my
a
remittance.
fee. What is the fee? Is it a
I don't know.
percentage
I
of
haven't
that?
looked yet.
Okay.
It's probably $100 per whatever.
They got to get their cut.
Probably about $500.
Well, because
sure ain't gonna be $10.
hey, I don't want a bank account over here, no, ever. So
You know, and I know how the Philippines, everything with such suspicion.
that's
Do they believe a wire transfer of that kind of money? You know,
Well,
and how
let-
long does
listen
it
to
take?
me.
Is it
Listen
as
to me.
instantaneous as it is?
listen to me. Here's what I already experienced this at a lower level. My son, I asked my son to send me when I first started his construction thing. I said, I need you to send me what's the equivalent of 225,000 Philippine peso. So when I said call, he goes to send it. You got to okay it with Western Union. They got to verify that you are who you are.
Right.
And once they're happy with that, then they send it.
Okay, but the receiving end, how did you receive it?
You receive it in cash.
You did.
Yeah.
In pesos.
And where do you go down to collect this bit of cash? You just don't
Where-
go down to your Cebuana
Right.
or your sorry store. You got to go somewhere that's got
No,
that
they-
kind of
they-
cash.
Listen, they all over Butuan here. It's the same, probably the Philippines. There's this family of Muslims that own all of that shit. They accept all of them, and they're the ones that want all that identification. So they'll
Is
give
it
it.
the one called M. Julier or something like that?
Yeah, one of those Luther, sounds like Luther or whatever. They accept they accept
Oh, I don't know who you are.
Cebuano,
David?
cash, whatever, and all that. But anyway,
ML and
David, I
MA.
can't hear you.
if you're spending, listen, if you're spending 35,000 and you've got to spend 500 on transaction fees, who fucking cares? You know, if you're that worried about, it's not worth it for me to open up a bank account.
Tony, is David muted on your end?
No, he's
Anybody
good.
else here, David?
No.
I cannot hear you,
David, you might have that you might have your computer the microphone.
You might have got a Lenovo like Michael's going to get.
I got a no one right here. I got one right here. It's one of the better computers in the world. When,
And
when I
to
was
hear
at the
hold
airport,
on, Phil.
when I was at the airport at Qatar, the guy goes, "Oh, that's a good one." Everywhere I go, they go, "That's a good one."
You got to
Everybody
click
hear
to
me?
enable your microphone.
Can you
Yeah,
hear
Now we
you
me
got
now?
need it. No, I don't hear you. No.
And
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
there you
No.
go.
Uh,
But we can't hear your dogs. Where they at?
hey,
You're
don't
not.
wake them up. They're still asleep. Don't wake them
yeah,
up.
You're,
right.
there's a serious delay on your.
But I've actually sent large sums of money to the Philippines. And I've
Well,
carried large sums of money to the Philippines.
And
So there are
what?
ways you can do it.
yep.
One,
And how do you do that?
you can do a bank to bank transfer if you have a bank in the Philippines and a bank in the United States.
I do not.
But we do. And we've done this, and it ran us $50 to send a large sum of money to the Philippines.
It's like
50 bucks.
Wells
Bank,
Fargo. Wells Fargo's got a sister bank over there.
bank to bank. That's just like in America, bank to bank.
Right.
Okay. It costs us about $50 for large sums of money. Two, if you have a bank account in the Philippines, you can easily just give them a check, a personal check from your bank account in America, deposit it into the account there, and you wait about 30 days and your funds are now available. We've
Yeah.
done that. We've actually carried large sums of money to the Philippines, and all you have to make sure you do, which I know you know this, is to declare it
Hey,
on your way out.
he's a
And then,
fucking bit. He's a kingpin, man.
then of course, we've also wired, like using Western Union, large sums of money, and that works. The Where you're going with this, and what I was getting from you, Kiko, is you're correct. If you're going to pick up $30,000 or $40,000 worth of money through Western Union, you do not go to the mom and pop crappy places.
No,
You
you
go
don't.
to a bank
And,
and
and
you get
the,
money.
I wasn't allowed to finish, but there are many, many, many outlets around the city to get them. Many.
You got to go to a safe place.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and if here's an example. This is
I
there's
mean,
a
these people got
this,
30 or 40 US
here's
thousand US
here's an
dollars
example.
laying
There's a
around to give to you? No.
No,
there's a Cebuano that is like down a dark fucking back alley kind of thing, and then the rest of them are out in the open. So besides when you're dealing with that amount of cash, they're gonna have to order that money. They don't have it in their little ship thing. They gotta tell
Correct.
they tell the boss and they go get it out of whatever suitcase. I'm telling you, man, when you bring cash over here, if that money does not look pretty, they won't accept it. Or if the exchange rates say, for an example, 50 to 1, and they'll go, well, we can give you half on 10,000 of it. You know, so
I
there
just walk away. You only
you
gonna
have
give me half.
you have many avenues, many avenues. And yeah, you don't want to go to the one that has 125 watt bulb in it, where you can't even make out the facial features of the person you're talking to because it's so dark. But anyway, other than that, right here you have two examples. I don't know if Ronald's ever sent money over, but Dave has had experience to do that, larger amounts, and I
Yeah,
have.
I was just curious because my only experience of trying to open an account there for me and
You
my
don't want
wife
to.
when we were there on vacation was like pulling teeth. And I'm trying to
No,
give them $500 to deposit
no.
in a bank account,
Hey,
and they're treating me like I'm a
listen,
criminal. I'm like, look, I'm not trying
listen.
to ask you for money. I'm giving you money. I
Hey,
just want to open
hey,
an account. You know what? My wife, they wanted 2 or 3 forms of ID for my wife, which she had a U.S. driver's license and she had a passport, a Philippine passport, right? But she did not have any of the other standard stuff. I like they get some kind of social security card, or it's called something else,
Is
and
a tin
or
card.
like a student ID, or she had none of that because she had been living here for years. So she had a
Yo,
passport and a U.S.
It's
driver's
called a
license,
tin
and
hang
that
card.
wasn't good enough. for them. They wanted more.
It has your picture on it.
I learned the hard way for me when I brought the first trip I came to. I went to Manila, Makati, and I took the travelers. I took $1,100 worth of travelers checks,
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you-
and I go
you
to
can have your money in about 45 days.
listen. I go to a bank. I go to a bank because
46 outside.
I went to a bank, and because when you don't have an account, they're not going to do business with you. So I end up going to the money exchangers. You know, the Muslims getting if say that the time I went, the peso was 41, I'd get 39 or something like
Oh,
that.
word, that homie. I can shout.
And that was a cash, a traveler's check?
I'm on 580. You know the same shit.
Yeah. What I would do at the travelers check is I'd go to the money changers. Those are the Muslim on most of those shops.
But you got it right away.
Yeah. I signed off.
2
I signed
pesos
over.
left, huh?
Yeah,
Wife called me at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning.
hold up. Check it out.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it was the pace was 41, and I get some places I went to, they give me 39. Other people want to give me a 38 and a half. You know?
I got the ice pack on it. Yeah,
I told you the instance when I first was corresponding to my wife, and it was before Christmas, and I wanted to send her money to travel in and out to see her mother, right? I sent mail. I sent a certified check for $450. They had to hold that for 45 days until she got the funds. That's a bank certified check.
You
They're
need
already
2
paid
packs
for.
of Palmo?
Yeah.
They had to
Yeah,
wait 45
registered,
days.
registered, certified. That's like gold compared to a handwritten cashier.
I ain't got no money. Guess what I did?
That's what I mean. It was a cashier's check for $450.
Yeah,
They told her to hold it for 45 days.
those
So
things are
obviously,
gold.
Christmas came and went. She never got to travel on that money.
Those things are they're gold over here when you have them. You know,
Here's what we had to do when we were in the Philippines and we needed to open a bank with a large sum of money. We actually, Lorelei had to
And it ain't showed up yet.
had to go get a business owner to give her a reference at the bank that would allow her to open up a bank account with a large sum of money.
Yeah, that's what they were telling us, David. They wanted me to have a letter from my bank in the U.S. say I was in good standing.
Yeah.
And I said, look, I'm not asking you for a loan. I'm giving you money. And they still wanted this kind of stuff, you know?
And she had to have a letter
somebody
owner in the Philippines vouching for her because we were wanting to put a large sum of money.
like one of the 100 people family members. Well, you know,
I'm just wondering, how do all the people that have serious money in the Philippines, how do they bank, you know?
Well, they got diplomatic
Totally
immunity.
different
They
club,
They
right?
bring in suitcases full of fucking cash, $20 bills. They bypass all that.
But you can bring in all you want. All you got to do is declare it.
I heard. Hey, listen, I forget I forget what channel I was on, and the guy was talking about his experience at the bank, and they said, and he had like he wanted to start an account or a dollar account, and they said he showed him like $500. They said, "Where'd you get that money from?" He goes, "I got it from my pocket." What do you mean where I got it from? They wouldn't take it. Oh, you got to have a receipt for it.
That's
what
when I
I
had
mean.
my
If they
when,
treat everybody like a
Dude.
criminal, how do the people with serious bank,
when I
do their business? You know
when
what I'm
I
saying?
had when
Well,
I
I can
had
tell you how.
when I had that ACR card and I show it to them, they said, "You have a receipt?" I said, "No, I don't got a receipt." Well, you got to go buy a receipt. I go, "What the fuck? What do I got the card for if I got to buy a receipt?"
Right.
What kind of money grab is this? And then you
You
go,
couldn't get a receipt if you didn't have a card, right?
"Yeah,
They
man."
don't get that. That's logic, right?
I said, well, that's the word. Fucking logic, forget it,
Logic
man.
goes out the window.
No, yeah, that's not even possible here, man. So logic is a pipe dream. It's some kind of a It's
Nico,
kind
I
of,
can tell
it's
you
some
how
kind of a
one-
sixth sense or something. You know?
Wait, David's going to tell us how it's done. Tell us, David.
It's real simple. The ones that have a large sum of money and how they do business in the Philippines is the bankers get a gratuity. So they actually have to pay to play with large sums of money. So even like the business owner, we had to give her a gratuity to get her to sign
Hey,
off allowing us to open a bank account with a large sum of money.
all right, Timmy.
So you got to pay someone off, basically, to do that.
Look,
You do.
Right.
And if you're going to move large, now the key is like this. Once you become somebody like Manny Pacquiao, you know, it's a totally different world. But somebody who owns multiple properties and businesses, yeah, your banker becomes your friend who now earns a little hustle on the side
right.
by facilitating what you need done.
They
Yeah,
money.
you basically have a fixer.
Yeah,
Cash is king here.
Take care
Cash
of
is
stuff
king.
for you.
yeah, it's just on a higher level.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
so when I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. I'm gonna have to run into somebody. Shit here. Yeah. Oh yeah, when I went through all of that COVID shit, I got a 9A visa, which meant I sent my stuff to Chicago. They sent me it back, and so when I get here, the same lady, by luck, I have like times so far. She says, she says, do you have your marriage certificate? I said, no. Seriously, you don't? I said, no. I said, you can't get one of these, you know, official freaking 9A visa stamps. Yeah, I
Without
know.
proving to
Well,
somebody that you were
yeah,
married at one point. Yeah.
yeah. So if you know that, why the fuck are you asking me? Like, you know, here I got 30 some hours on plane time. That was the time where I came to the airport. I didn't have a whatever. I lost my mind, had to go back home, fly out the next day. So I've been through shit, you know. So I get to Manila, I think it was conveniently so they could make more money. They said, well, we can't get your flight on Sunday. Could you take one on Wednesday? I said, sure, not knowing how long this the test results were good for, in which I was a day over. So when I got to the airport, they go, well, this is expired, and you need a pass from the barangay where you're going. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, man. So I was watching a channel, and the lady said, oh, you know, I was a Philippine lawyer. I'm pretty thorough about this and that. I said, oh, you are, huh? I said, why don't you mention the fact that you need this fucking, if you fly out of Manila, you got to have one of these passes because they want to identify, they want to see where you're at. You know, kind of keep the best track of what's going on. So
Yeah, Tony,
you
that logic you were talking about, that's like a kid having their graduation degree, right? But they want every score you've ever had in your life to get that degree, you know, to prove that you actually have, you know,
like for you,
all your
Kiko,
homework, you got to prove it.
with your Social Security, Kiko, your ex-wife would have to put in the claim. It's not up to you to tell her she can. Maybe she's too fucking dumb and she don't know she can.
They ask that part of signing up for it says list all your
Well,
marriages. And I did.
let you will be, but they're not going to go to her and go, well, you know what, your ex-husband's Social Security time is up. You know, do you want a chunk of it? They ain't going to do that.
Good.
He either has to be dead or already collecting Social Security to get it. That's
We
the
got-
two choices.
Now
We
she's
got
2
every
years
walk-
younger than me right now, so
We got every
she's
walk of
still
life
alive.
here.
You know,
That's sane, educated, semi-educated, sober, semi-drunk, and totally drunk. We got it all covered.
But if they're an American citizen, it's just like my mom did. Okay? Her husband died back in the
You dead?
late, early 60s. Okay? He's dead.
You
Okay?
sure?
So, I'm sure. So,
Would you tweak his nose, make sure he wasn't?
so when she went to Social Security, do you want to draw off your Social Security? Have you ever? They asked her, "Have you ever been married before?"
It-
Because my dad was still working, and
It-
she can't claim off of him, but he's deceased, and his Social Security was more than
Well,
hers. Well, I'll
So,
claim off of him.
so you take the one that gives you the most, but my question is, do they deduct if she were to make a claim on yours, Kiko? Would you still get what you're supposed to get, or are they going to take a percentage away from what you get?
No, you just get the highest. Who's got the highest? That's it.
So he's not going to get penalized.
The kid of his, no.
Okay.
No,
Well,
what
then-
I'm saying,
well, Then
you
well, the
both
way
have
to,
to be of eligible age.
yeah.
Your ex can't
Well, listen,
do it until they're
Listen, my sister's
Yes,
husband,
yeah.
one of my sisters, her husband died, so she had to wait till she's 60 to put in a claim to
Right.
collect.
Here.
Hey, well, I hope all the 4 people out there in YouTube land benefit from this conversation.
Here. I'll drink to that. Code red.
Code red. Ooh, you're moving up.
No, this is I call Mountain Dew Code Red. All of this.
Hey, listen, Ronald. I had a Mountain Dew the other day. I haven't had that in ages. I felt like I had a bag of G&W sugar. I was pouring it right down my throat.
yeah.
I'm telling you,
That's why
boy,
you're-
but, you know,
That's
that
why you're
day
still
ain't
so
quality.
hyped up.
Dude, when they first came out with Mountain Dew Throwback, the shit that we drank when we were kids, that was real sugar. When I drank that shit, my fucking hand was like
You
Like
gotta
I
be a
had
professional.
DTs or something, you know?
Did you ever have that Coca-Cola that's made from like pure cane sugar? It comes from like Mexico in bottles.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
it
yeah.
like
yeah. That's what I'm
Sam's or
talking.
Costco
That's
or
what-
something.
That's what I'm talking about. Pure sugar.
Bottled, or yeah, Coca-Cola, and it says made with pure grain sugar or something.
Where's the G man?
The real
Oh,
deal.
man. Evelyn messed around and brought me a Pepsi Zero Sugar. I opened
You
up
don't
the
want that. Man, you should have threw that can back at him, knocked him out.
No, it was a bottle, right? I cracked the top. I'm in the hospital bed. I go to
Uh-huh.
smell it. It smells straight like chemical. I'm like, I
Hey,
looked at
Dennis.
damn
Hey,
aspartame.
Dennis,
What's up, Dennis?
how you doing?
Hey, you
How's things
know,
in Alberta?
you know, hey, you know that Mountain Dew to get its color has a flame retardant chemical in it,
That's right. Butane is in it.
and it's banned. It's banned everywhere in the world except America.
We got butane in ours.
Mountain Dew.
There's the king of Canada is here.
Wonder if we got no feet yet.
Over there, hey, take off there, hey, hoser.
I would think that the Slayer is probably still at his daily occupation, whatever that is, because it's what 2 in the afternoon on a
Hey, you know
Friday.
what?
Maybe he'll cut out a little early.
Hey, you know what? You know what? When I saw a video that Gareth made, when he was in it talking, Simon was walking away, and if it weren't for the wall being, you know, his legs were the right length because he was stepping side to side, so he was banging up the wall on the right side, left side.
Time to get back to work. You got to pay for your King's Castle, you know.
Yeah, you got to quit that Queen happy, man.
No, Queen's dead. Get with the
Yeah.
times, man.
You know what? I don't. The only time I get mad here to the kid is when he's been totally disrespecting both of us or his mother every second of the freaking day. If you don't, because threats aren't working in no more. And I
That's
don't.
when you go in soprano mode.
I haven't had to do that yet, but I was very close. But I'd rather not because I got it for fucking nothing. So,
I want to hear from the old man.
yeah, man. No, I didn't even knew that. All he had to have was a doubt in his mind that I did something.
Tell me about
And
it.
then later on, when he found out that his assumption was incorrect. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay.
You survived it. Your ass healed.
But it's still, but you still, no matter how we got treated, when he wasn't feeling good and he was having a nervous breakdown, we all were concerned. What's the matter, Dad? You okay? Still,
Not me. I mean, every day.
I,
hope
I
this
don't think I don't
guy-
think I could. I don't think I would have gotten that if I would have acted exactly like him. I wouldn't have got the love anyway like he did.
Word.
I used to think of him. My mom at Christmas would give us $10 to buy both of them presents, and we used to go to Woolworth for a lot of shit. So I saw this. He had this Herb Alpert and a Tijuana Brass, and in one of their albums they had a fixture. One was in red and gold, and one was in black and gold. A bull, in a charging stance. And I thought this would be so great. He'll love this. He did. But I also bought him this little log house, log cabin. It had a you could burn incense. You could burn incense in it. And I used to say, Dad, is this house that you lived in when you were a kid?
Hey, when I was a kid, I never understood what the term nervous breakdown meant. Because I lived in a house, I lived in a neighborhood with women,
Well,
and I was like,
what it is, what
nervous
it is,
breakdowns every
what
day.
it,
Ain't nothing,
what it is,
right?
what it
Ronald?
is,
Right?
It's crazy every day.
what it is when you hear a grown man and he's crying. And you've never heard a grown man cry before.
And they didn't, So it was something different when they did.
That's part of it. You know.
I got all my old man gear today, baby.
It was usually either at a wedding or a funeral.
Hey,
That's it.
hey, you guys remember back in the day, you were if you had bad credit, and you were like 40 years old, you couldn't get a fucking card. You might as well have been toting around one of those radio flyers because you weren't getting a loan for shit,
Nothing.
and you were blacklisted the rest of your freaking life, man.
All you got was left alone.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Hey, Ronald,
Papa
that's
was
what I
away.
got.
You get a $500 mechanic special from a buddy or something. That's the only
Yeah,
way
you got to
can
break
do
out the old man too.
Yeah, we're gonna charge you 20% plus you got to pay it in 15
Beat
days.
you over the head with the son of a bitch. This one's pretty sturdy.
I'm going up, boy.
Right, Slayer's he's waiting to come on till his friends can't witness this.
Hey, Simon.
What up, Flair?
How's
Bro,
things
yeah.
over across the pond, Simon?
Bro, damn.
Yeah.
You woke him
Hey,
up.
where's that? What's his name? Ben Vincent.
Oh, I ain't seen him in a minute.
Kangaroo rider.
Oh, he won't know to come to your stream.
Former Brit in Australia.
He goes to Michael's in hopes that I'll be there, but when I'm not there, he doesn't. He leaves.
Who?
Call
Who?
him up. Call him up, Michael.
Kangaroo rider, Michael. Vincent.
Oh, kangaroo rider. I don't know how to
Australia.
get
Call him
You
up.
know, you think you were talking about one of the pogo sticks.
Craig from Australia.
Oh, well, Craig, he usually shows up here.
I got 4 of them.
For what?
Playing
Kangaroos?
football tonight. I don't know.
The 4 kangaroos? Man?
Australian rules football.
Yeah, I tried to watch that game last night. It was pathetic.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that instant karma for that new coach for Denver?
Yeah.
Bad mouth and
Oh, he
everybody.
was
How
bad.
they
Russell
suck.
Wilson. I don't know what the hell happened to his football brain.
Well, when he walked in there, it was like anybody with a job applicant, and the fucker had a pulse. He was going to play. Somebody sold that team down the frickin' river, man. Nathaniel Hackett, he walked into a. I likened this to when I was coach, and I inherited a team that was 4-13. We were 4-13 the first year. The next year we were 19-1 because they had the right. We got the draft, and I got the right kids. when you're dealt a shitty hand, when you give away the farm for a quarterback, now he don't give a fuck about them. He don't want to be there.
Nope.
The thing is with all these dudes is the signing bonus. All of that, I could give you $1 billion contract, but you ain't gonna see that fucker.
This is guaranteed. You know,
You,
somebody else
you
They'll
got a
trade
job,
him.
got a-
They'll trade
guarantee,
him.
somebody else
the
got a job
guarantee is the
to work to
signing
get
bonus.
the money, right?
Signing bonus means everything. When you have players that restructure their contract, when they do that, they're getting more money. They're getting more upfront money, like a bonus. They don't have to wait for it.
Right?
That's
They get
that's
that money.
that's the guarantee.
Yeah, they get
And
that
as,
guarantee money. Ain't nothing gonna happen to that money. Go right
as
in
soon
the
as
bank.
they get the money, as soon as they
That
sign for it, they
that
get a lot of injuries. You know, they
that's
could.
why I told you that it goes that David Bakhtiari here in the Packers. He's one of Rogers' buddies. He signed a 4-year deal, and after he signed that 4 deal, that fucker he blew out his Achilles tendon.
Yep, yep,
He was out. He was out the entire next year after that, and
yep.
He played a couple games last year and a couple this year. Now he's out for the season with the same
Yep.
thing.
Still
So
getting paid all that money he signed
yeah,
for, right?
when they say dead money, that means they're fucked.
They're gonna have to sell a whole lot of hot dogs and beer.
And there are a lot of people that if they don't go to work, they don't get paid. A lot of
Hey,
people on this planet.
hey,
In fact, most of them.
when I was at Miller Park here, well, it was Miller Park, now it's American Family Field, and I go up there, I go, yeah, mom, give me a tall boy can of that Tecate, I like that stuff. And as I'm saying this, I go, man, you got a freaking markup like you wouldn't believe. I look up and I see Miller Brewery right across the freaking highway, and I thought, why is the mark? She says the Milwaukee ballpark has one of the highest markups of beer ever anywhere.
Hey, we went to this. I was golfing on one Wednesday. We went to this golf course. It wasn't that expensive, you know, but we had drinks afterward. Well, some of them had. And one of my buddies got a, I don't know, rum and coke or something, and it wasn't a tall boy glass. It was, Michael, throw your bottle up there. It was about half of Michael's little boy there. It was about half that size, right? A glass about half that
Half
size.
that size.
He gave the girl a $10 bill. I'm sorry, sir, that's 11.
Damn. No,
For
son.
rum and coke,
Mountain Dew and water. No
half
alcohol.
the size of
nothing.
Michael's little short boy there.
Word.
$2 for a mix. He said it wasn't even strong, you know.
No,
Any
Simon,
rum
no
in it.
infection, so I don't need antibiotics. And the Canadian Mist, I don't have any of that, but I got plenty of black velvet. I ain't had since last Friday, so I'm taking oxycodone. I'm not drinking on none of that.
Damn. That.
It's only
Oh,
5 milligrams.
I'm surprised your tongue ain't wagging.
I'm trying to tell you, it's only 5 milligrams, but I got to take it every 4 hours. So I haven't taken them yet. If I wanted to get a shot of this black velvet, I'd go ahead and do it.
Ronald, like the first 4 days after my mother broke her hip, they were giving her 10 milligrams of oxygen.
Yeah.
Like
My dad
every
took
few hours.
that, man.
I'm only taking 5.
You talk about somebody that's not used to being stoned.
Right,
That's what,
yeah. My mother she drank about 5 drinks her entire life of 90-some years, and they'd given her 10 milligrams of oxygen. She didn't know what planet she was on.
Hello, America.
Well, what's his name here? He sounds like he's on oxy every time, Michael.
What's up, Shalane?
Hey, Simon, you still working?
Oh, you heard his name.
239 over there across the pond.
I can hear it everywhere in this apartment.
Working, Ronald or Simon.
No, the site I'm working on closes at 1 p.m.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
He's
Get an
his
early
own.
start on the weekend.
So I get an early dart on a Friday.
Right?
We're going to get fed early in Masad.
No, I won't
right?
get fed early. Maria's working.
Gotta
She's
do
too
it.
tired. All of a sudden, she's too tired now. Sitting there and delegating authority is tired.
I'm trying to catch up with you Yanks.
Oh yeah, okay.
We'll slow down so you can keep up with us, son.
I'm trying to tell you.
Speak slow.
I tell you, like I told Kiko, Simon,
You
that
gotta
first
climb.
week, that first 2 weeks of retirement, it's gonna be glorious, man.
Oh yeah, just like Blue, and that
You're gonna
movie.
be disorientated. You don't know what the hell to do next. But you got
Spin
nothing
them
to do.
around, have a blindfold on them.
I've just come onto the panel just to keep the peace, Tony.
Oh, be still.
Oh,
Michael, let's beat him down.
Ain't no drama here today, Simon.
that's beat him
We
down.
don't have that kind of thing here. If you want,
Drama.
It depends on Michael.
if you want the
I
drama,
like to rock
if you want the drama,
I
you're gonna have to
took
go to.
That's
You're
your
gonna
way.
have to
And one time, he whined and cried about it and tried to get
Not-
Dennis. Oh, he took away my lunch, Dennis.
Hey, you know what? You know what's
Viewers
gonna happen?
hours. He don't
Hey,
care.
Dennis is part of the motherland, Michael.
You know what's next year? You know what you're gonna be
I
asking?
don't
Hey, Dennis
There
is
you
a
go.
subject
Come
also.
here. Here's your next problem here. In Naga, the fire chief is gonna be accused of fucking the meter maid.
He probably will.
It's gonna be this dude. He goes by Moonwalker.
All I can say is
Simon,
just tie your hands behind your back and let somebody hit you. Really fucking,
They're all speaking at once,
Out there.
one at a time.
On the street, walking and shit.
Good looking at.
Hey, who's the visitor, Ronald?
Meter maid, right? Wasn't that a Beatles song?
He don't know.
Michael looked like you got Ron looked like you got a white man waiting.
Oh,
Yeah, that motherfucker's cooking up in this bitch. I would get up.
And he always gets on blood.
yeah.
You're barely audible, there, Michael.
Hey, fellas, Kuya Paul is here.
Hey, Kuya Paul.
See, Ronald knows what he's doing. He's got a white man waiting on him.
Kuya Paul. How's it hanging?
How's that hanging?
Hey,
Same as it was yesterday.
he got his legs up in the air. I'm getting away from him.
Hey, you're looking after Brother Ronald this week.
Time for the
Yeah,
proctologist to visit.
Blood flow.
Blood, I need to get it the damn.
He's off screen getting a good crotch.
Yeah, man, like, this is the life here. You just kick back, put your feet up.
I can tell you've got. Why are you showing us your Suso, Ronald?
You ain't
That's
no
all he's
super
got.
out there, man.
That's all he's got. That's all he's got is his table and
Talking about this thing here, I got it. Sometimes it's going out of control.
Hey, it's bent.
I just chilling, man. I was about
Hey,
to kill
David,
it.
David, your last show there on Wednesday, that was Wednesday. I said to my wife, I said, I'm gonna make it this week. I'm gonna stay up, and I'm not taking my medicine till I've been on there an hour, and no sooner I said that, I took the
It's
shit,
medicine.
and of course, I couldn't throw it.
4 weeks. I put it in
You
on
got to
Friday
take
night.
uppers to stay on your stream? What?
No, not falling asleep.
Right in.
David, I was talking to David about his live stream. Many of you guys, hey, many of you guys were absent from that.
Shit, it would have been my first one in
Hey,
years.
I've got a serious question for you.
No, but I see
You
it.
people that have retired. A serious question.
Okay.
Is it true that
I told the wife, I said, what time is it in PI?
Hold on.
is
Go
it
ahead,
true?
Simon.
Is it true that when you're all retired, there's only one 6 o'clock in the day?
That's true.
Is that true?
6 a.m.
Is it 6 a.m. or 6 p.m.?
Oh, PM.
Yeah.
Repeat the question.
Well, I just heard a rumor.
You know what?
that's all.
You know what? When you're drinking alcohol, it's always noon somewhere in the world.
Noon?
Repeat the
Oh,
question.
5
People
o'clock
here,
somewhere.
people here say
Not if you're
shouldn't-
Michael McFarland, it isn't, Tony.
you shouldn't drink alcohol before noon.
Hey,
And I s-
Michael, I think he's wrong there.
I could leave that.
I guess, too.
You tell him, Mike.
But with
Michael marches to a beat of his own drum, man.
I don't know. It depends on whether I do a live stream or not. And then I do back
It
stream
depends.
for
What do you mean depends?
4 or 5
Seriously.
hours. 5 hours. So I've been up for 18, 20 hours.
18 hours. Well, you had a long time, Dad.
When you go down hard, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I sleep for about 4 or 5 hours. That's it. Then I'm up.
All right, one at a time. What was you saying, Tony?
Okay, I'll take
You don't remember.
Oh, now.
4x4 on the white.
Hey, Ronald, what about that link I sent you?
I
I
killed
forget
a
what I
lot.
was saying there, Ronald. These guys,
Let me go.
yeah,
Oh, I'm abused on that.
these guys were pulling a me on me.
I'm Eon.
Yeah.
We're just peons.
We're just minions.
There you go.
Minions, there you go.
Hey, Ronald, what about that link I sent you?
Oh, man, that's some bullshit. That X-Pac did that brother wrong.
Oh, that's terrible. Can only feel sorry for that guy.
What happened, man? Spill the beans.
Payback is a bitch.
What's he drinking?
But who's drinking what? Michael? Well, Tony, what you drinking?
San Miguel,
You know what?
Oh,
Pilsen Super Dry.
Where's that Belgian base, Tony?
That damn cane.
I haven't ordered there lately,
word.
and I should
Yeah.
have, I should have because I can get it for 1,500 peso.
That's right, Christian.
1,500 peso divided by 34, man. You're paying around less than 64 cents a can. Around 64 cents a can. This is $1.04 a can.
Damn.
And the expiration date is the kicker because when you order it, you don't know what you're gonna get. And for me, these expiration dates aren't until the end of 2024.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, alcohol don't expire.
Not if you have it. If you have
It
it
just matures.
you have
Like
it
a fine
refri-
wine.
If you have it refrigerated, you're fine. But if you let it set out in a warm like that, then no.
No.
Well, it depends how you like it.
Drink that Red Horse. Hell.
Red Horse. You got some of that Red Horse in there?
Where's Jack at?
Good
Oh, yeah.
Panther.
The only,
Yes.
the only idiots that I ever knew that drank that shit were British.
Idiot. I ain't fucking with that shit.
I used to drink it all the time. It's good.
Oh, man. Hey, fuck with
Yeah. Nobody complains when it's free, right?
Tell him, Paul, it never affected you, huh?
it.
Just made me stupid like the rest of you.
Yeah, join the club.
Join the club.
Yeah, I know, man. I got hard of hearing, and I got 6 guys talking at one time.
I know I told Barry to shut up one at a time.
I forgot what I was going to say. You know me, you know.
You got to have an IQ under 50 to be in this club.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's elimination time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down about 150 then.
Fuck around here and made some mashed potatoes, put a slice of bologna in it, a slice of pepper jack, and just swallow
You
it.
like that pepper jack.
That's all I'm eating, mashed potatoes. You know I ain't got no new
You know
grill.
what I like to put a little bite in it when I have mashed potatoes and brown gravy. Sprinkle a little pepper on it.
Yeah, you gotta
Tell him,
have
Ronald, mashed potatoes and gummy bears.
Mashed potatoes and
Yeah, I could go down there and get some of them those CBD gummies.
and Jay Bouvet.
Let's get a close up of that one tooth you got in there.
That's about 60, 65.
Yeah.
That's decent.
Big as fuck.
I need to. Look,
Like a
look,
bag.
you know, I was getting kind of hostile. I was getting kind of hostile here because this is only my once a week deal, and my son was being like a chick on
I
a
don't know,
rack.
sound like I'm breaking. Hey, clean out. You should see this.
Right.
Hey,
You know, when they
sounds
grow-
quiet now. Must be going to bed, huh?
Can I do anything for you? No, we got dirty laundry right there.
They're all asleep. They're sleeping. The son was tired, man. He's tired. He's a good sleeper.
Oh, shit.
And that what the
I had both ends of the spectrum.
uses, put the oil in.
So
The other one is
Uh,
that.
U.S.
The
people are
The teacher,
big
the teacher, the teacher told me one. The teacher told my wife once. She said, if he's taking his stuff during the class, some of the stuff he gets wrong, but if he's but he can show people
Now,
different.
got to get the comforter. They're giving away air. What do they call them?
Get on camera there, Paul. Cool, Paul. It took us 2 years to get to get the freaking King of Canada back on here. The twins talk all the time. Yeah. I could just
Who's the
imagine. I can imagine where that is. Whatever. It's against Americans, so that's,
You got to
everybody,
get the last word in.
everybody shut up. You know what I like? You know what I like about Michael though? When Michael's really lit up, you could be moved on 5 subjects ago, and he's still talking about that one. He's freaking like, I mean, you can't help but hear it, man. You know.
Never
So,
hears the word next.
well, that's a show that we're supposed to do with Ronald here. Me and him, and when he wants to move on from the subject, because anything's open, but if you don't like it, he says next.
Yeah,
Next!
And if I don't agree with it or like it, I go, oh. Everybody in this neighborhood is gonna think I'm fucked.
Would you run out of bus driving stories?
Well, I got plenty of those.
Hey, we like to hear from David. Y'all be quiet.
Yeah.
Audio's working.
David ain't got to talk too much.
That's because you've been talking.
I got all my VA
I'm
shit.
kidding.
Appointment.
Right. Gotta have 'em. Oh, speaking of
Tony, are you limited to 6?
Yeah.
Budget plan?
Yeah, I'm on the budget plan.
now. Been up long
Gary
time.
can't come on.
But you know what? Attendees, it has picked up since I do it on my night and you guys morning.
Let me release the house so I can move it.
Okay, David, go ahead, speak.
Woo!
Y'all take any meds?
Who?
What would you like me to
We got 8 of them.
We just act like it.
What is it
Yeah.
that you guys need me to correct your behavior or your terminology?
Oh, that shit is
What is it that you need me to do for you
Hey,
today?
that's asking a lot, man.
See, all of the above.
There's only one.
Yeah.
There's only one person here that speaks the
got
Queen.
3 more gift days.
Nobody gives a shit about a queen.
Yeah, she's dead anyway.
He did.
All right,
Yeah,
then. What
hotel
language?
stays.
What
It
language?
ain't the King's English, no?
Money
English?
you put on the fucking thing.
You speak
We are
English,
a,
don't you?
We are
Hey,
a-
hey, for years Charles was sitting there going, when the fuck is she gonna leave?
But we do like Queen's music up really well in America.
He looks like he's about to fall over
Oh,
himself.
hell.
They were a hell of a band, weren't they?
Oh yeah, I love Queen.
One of your
Yeah, but dude, I'm telling you, if you listen to some of the albums, you go, what the fuck is this?
People especially like fat bottom girls.
You buy an album like what
how
was it,
many
Night,
times they come? Is that the list?
you listen to one of their albums through like the Beatles and whoever else, and yes, they're and Gary Wright, their whole, they have a couple of
You gotta
hits.
smoke a lot of weed to get through that.
Two
Okay,
gigs.
Album.
We're gonna let David talk. I don't know.
You got 2 on November 3rd.
Oh.
Huh. What the hell is wrong with your ankle?
Started the ball rolling with Queen.
So,
Oh,
Ronald ain't gonna be healed till he gets 100% of 100%.
I'm trying to get 100% of 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm making these lawyers. I'm making these lawyers work for. I'm making them work for a dime, man.
oh, you got to reschedule your appointment.
Yeah, because the one is on the 8th to get the teeth pulled.
Mm.
November.
That's driving Miss Daisy in reverse.
I know that's right.
Driving Miss Daisy.
in reverse.
Well, they gonna pull that one tooth you got left?
No, I got 5 up there. One's hidden.
5.
Once.
You can
Yeah,
take
the other
a
one's in the pawn shop.
professor out of the neighborhood, but you can't take the neighborhood out of the
Only one's
professor.
left.
Hell no.
I'm quite proud that I'm the one that came up with that name that
Someone
Yeah,
explain to me why
Name that professor, that works real good.
I knighted his ass. Boom.
Right,
they
right.
put gold
I did.
for people's teeth. Wasn't that expensive?
My grand
What is that, Kiko?
Why did they put gold in for some people's teeth? Isn't that expensive?
No, that's
That's
the cheap shit. That's only like 22 karat.
No.
the state welfare pays that shit.
22 karat ain't gold.
So it wasn't real. It was fool's gold.
Fool
Go
gold.
girl.
Fool's gold.
You really think one of those fucking posers they can afford
Really, I'll
you?
tell you.
I think they get some real gold.
I'll tell you the truth. 24 karat gold is pure gold.
It's soft as
Pure.
hell.
There's 24 parts to gold. So if you buy a 10 karat ring,
David's doing math. I mean, I'm not
There's-
You can get.
there's
Michael's doing
14
math.
parts that impurities
The only
in it.
carrots I
That's why
like
it
is in the
gives
stew.
it strength. So if you had a 24 karat gold ring, you could just take it in your hand and crush it.
Hey,
What were you
Mr.
saying,
Gold,
Simon?
Gold member up there. Vikings got to check out the new Radio Roxy. Is a total renovation of his radio DJ thing he was doing before.
Here's the scientific reason why they use gold for teeth fillings, not as grills, but teeth fillings. The scientific reason behind it is because it better molds into the crooks and crannies of the cavities, and it wears down more like enamel than any other filling that there is, except for the artificial enamel that is now provided in modern times.
So, were they saying you can save your teeth even if you don't brush ever?
I don't know what they're saying. I'm just telling you why they use golden fillings.
Anyway, I can't even think of his name today. Christian. Why
San Miguel.
don't you tell everybody the time, date, and all of that stuff, all the info. Yes, bike. Twins talking. I know you fuckers probably talking about me. I'm telling you, man.
Who's the twins, Dennis?
I can drink tomorrow. We're going to the beach up on the mountain.
There you go. The twins, huh? If only I could reach through my screen right.
Who's the twins?
I could guess right, but then I'd be
I
guessing.
only think of one thing when someone says twin.
Dirty-minded boy you are.
Oh, my balls are about the
I'm
same.
just keeping abreast of the conversation.
I think he's talking about Ronald's twins. But
I know.
Who's
the only
the-
one right now is Suso.
We used to call him Ace because he had one testicle that was undisputed.
I got tinnitus. No, Ronald.
You got everything, man. Fucking numb of the brain cells, numb of the fucking.
Hey, I go for my first test next month.
For what? To verify you're crazy?
No.
My mother had you tested. She had your tested everything.
Has to do with my heart.
With your heart.
Yeah.
Have another cigarette. Fuck.
Are you getting many listeners, Christian?
I'm not claiming against the army.
I didn't even know you had that.
Didn't know he had a heart.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, do you have a pace?
Hey,
Hey, Michael,
He's
can
the
you get a
Tin Man from
pacemaker?
Wizard of Oz.
Can you get a
Hey,
pacemaker, there, Mike?
That's That's some of that free tax money that you don't. That
There you go. There you go. Now you can fucking talk all you want.
Talking about tax dollars.
No, don't get us started on that.
Hey, Ronald, and Dennis, for you guys that was here on our Wednesday live stream a couple weeks ago, when James took us all to the Seafood City and picked out some goodies for Lorelai. Lorelai wanted to make sure that she knew that you appreciated all of your effort in helping James do all of that good stuff.
5 p.m. Christian, 5 p.m. UK time. What time me? 7 hours difference.
We just want David
Midnight
to
for you.
Huh?
Midnight for you,
Bedtime,
Tony.
midnight.
Yeah,
David, are you ever going back?
I'm fast at it with my medicine, man. I'm
Going back where?
To the peak.
Oh, to the PH land? Yeah, we are. We actually we have a couple of trips tentatively planned. We have a friend who'll be getting married there, who's in America now. They're going back for the big delusional
that's cool,
Filipino
Chris.
wedding.
Delusional.
They've already agreed to fly us first class, so we'll probably go for that.
Who
And
did?
then, and then
What fool did that?
a friend. And so, well, depending on when that wedding happens, we're going to either go back at 25 for sure for a
20K?
month. And we need to, when we are there, we got to start working on the construction of a new house in the Philippines in the year 25.
Who, yours?
Christian,
Your house?
Christian,
your
which
house?
monk is that? Which monk?
That's,
David, your house? You talking about yourself?
that's not Woody.
Okay.
He's talking about Creative Monk.
Right. The
That's
original
only one-
monk.
Me,
Yeah,
which one?
Well,
That's the only one.
both
That's
British,
the only
I
one he
guess. They're
talks
both
to.
in England, but
One's an asshole, one is.
not the monk in the drinking wars with Simon.
Not Mr. 2%, 4%.
2%.
The
Ronald,
IT, the IT
Ronald's,
monk.
Ronald's everything's in percentages.
That's right, baby. I'm trying to
You're
get them all.
You're 75% losers.
Yeah, we got you on the
3.2.
We got what?
We got you on the
Three.
losers.
You get that hat on like a
3.2%.
Oh yeah, that little dinky hat. They would love them hats. Oh, matter of fact, Kuya Paul's wife just left yesterday
For what?
to the peak. She went back to the peak
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
They're,
Yeah.
they're,
On the trip.
they're about out here.
What part of the PH?
No,
A longer pole.
yeah.
Cebu.
No,
Cebu.
she ain't never been to Cebu.
Shabu.
She's from Zambales.
What?
Down there.
Wow.
Cebu.
Paul, were you Navy or Air Force?
Navy.
Long
Many
connection.
moons ago.
What are you saying? He couldn't be in the Marines or the Army?
Fuck them fools.
See? He did 2.5.
There's,
He did
there's a
2.5
lot less
years.
of them in the Philippines than there are Air Force. I hate to
You know,
break
the,
it to you,
the
Tony.
question around here is when I was in Naga, all these old ladies go, "Oh, is he U.S. Navy?" My wife would just nod her head. Yeah.
All right. They love their Navy. Trust me. The Navy guys got more illegitimate children in the.
They love Liberty Call.
I guarantee.
This guy kept telling me when this childhood friend of mine come over with this dude was in Vietnam. He said he's in the Philippines. He had these. He was real drunk, and his buddy set him up with this lady boy, and he said he ended up fucking the dude anyway.
Is that Lorelai over there, David? Getting some breakfast?
No,
She's off to work, man.
yeah, Lorelai's at work.
Oh, my back.
American Slayer. You're not.
We're
Word.
going to send our old
You
ladies
ain't
off to
allowed to
work.
say that around here.
Simon,
You're.
charge your battery up on your phone, will you?
I mean, you're not on here, man.
There
You're
only
not
two
back.
people work around here. That's Dennis and Simon.
That's right.
The rest of us send our women off to work, right, David?
Get to work, woman. Chris girl too. She the only one working.
Fred Flintstone.
Okay. Monk, that's cool. How much exposure does that give you with is he putting you on some radio waves where there's 100 listeners, 200 listeners?
I ain't been over there in a minute. Radio Rocks.
I gotta go back one time for my son's wedding.
Hey, after the next
Yeah.
2 months, boys, I'm gonna have an auction. Y'all want to purchase one of these NFTs? Is one of
We
these?
stank up cushions for your bed sheets from sitting on that fucker for a whole year.
I'm gonna be auctioning off these staples. It's for charity.
Christian, tell Chris we all said hello.
Yeah, tell him I said hi. I ain't seen him.
Forever, years.
Yeah, a couple of years. It has been a couple of years, really.
He did predict the crypto crash pretty well.
Yeah, he did.
I could have told you that, but in the beginning he said, "Oh, that stuff's for real." Now they back it with gold, but it's still a rich man's fucking game. I'm telling you,
It's
they're
just
gonna
a
milk.
damn
They milk that shit. They know the digital currency would be the wild west of fucking ripoffs, man. It would just, my God.
It's like getting Chuck E. Cheese tokens, you know?
Oh yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah.
No, I ain't putting no real money
Hey,
on.
Simon's back. Charger, did you?
I'm back.
Girlfriend's back. It's gonna be trouble.
You said it was.
So you got to straighten out all us Americans. It seems like you're outnumbered.
Hey, I like it when I'm outnumbered, Michael.
You know they ain't working today.
One person won that $1.7 billion Powerball the other
It
day.
wasn't any of us. So
Nice.
Someone in rural California, 75 miles north of L.A.
Yeah, between LA and Bakersfield.
That's the worst state possible to win a lottery in.
Hit up
Well, he
JB,
ain't gonna get
John.
much of it, but he'll get enough of it. He didn't spend $1 billion to get it.
Let's see, 700 and
David Newsom and that other fucking
One at a
nosy
time,
chick
please.
That's a congresswoman or senator. The bitch Maxine Waters, I think her name is, or whatever. She don't even live in her own district, so.
Green bag somewhere.
But she gives the reparation speech, and everybody fucking
Put
jumps.
it back in there and put it back in the freezer.
John Baker, he better buy a whole island. And
Can't put it in
for
like
all
this.
of us
It's gotta
to
be in
live on.
plastic. Appreciate
You
it.
know what, people? These days, the now that we live in, everything is so upfront here,
Yeah.
and people know when they're getting fucked, but yet they
Grab some of
still
that chicken. I ain't gonna never cook it.
they still hang with that person.
Pretty big.
LeBron bought that shit.
I got chicken, I just don't want to cook it.
Oh, baby.
But if you figure that person that won 1.8 billion gets 794 million after taxes, it'd be about $2.
Yeah, yep. They might be able to get one of them original
California,
Mountain
1
Dews
billion.
with it.
California, 1 billion will get you about 350,000.
Damn.
You can figure on 42% of that shit going. When I left the factory, they gave me to buy. What was nice when I left the factory I worked in was they said we'll give you this buyout, plus you can collect unemployment. So my first year with the bus company, I worked 3 hours a day. That summer, it was the best summer I ever had. But what they do out of that 15, they give me $1,000 for every year. They give me 15,000, but there was 42% tax.
Woo!
Hey, Paul, with that kind of money, me and Simon might be able to make it through a weekend.
So I got like 8,500 or something.
When I made money, I was paying 47%.
I need 1 million pesos for a month stay in the Philippines.
You paying
40.
47% of what? What we
Hey,
paying
Michael.
Actual tax.
Tax on every dollar that I made. So I made a $50.
Ripping us up. Michael.
So you worked about 15 years in your life. That's it.
Mate, you retired at fucking 40. What's up with you? You can't
No,
complain.
you're on SSI. You're not on SSDI.
Hey, listen, he retired at
No,
40
I'm on
years old.
SSDI.
He's on
No
DI.
fucking way. You didn't earn your points for that
Yeah,
shit.
He's
Yeah.
Delta.
65.
Yes, I did.
He's on the drunken income.
Worked 10 years, Tony.
There you go,
10
Dave.
years.
See, Dave said it right.
He retired at 40 years of age. He can't
Yeah,
complain.
65 is when you get off a DI.
What happened was,
No, Social Security told me I ain't got to ride in SSDI until I turn 67.
that's based on your work record, SSDI.
No, they're gonna say that, but when you turn 65, they're gonna start sending you the booklets and all this bullshit.
I can't retire until
Well,
I'm 67.
Listen, the full retirement age for me is 67. For you, it's going to be more. You're what,
Yeah, but
about
65.
55?
No,
55?
Michael, full retirement age is 66, because I'm older than you.
66 in 10 months.
Right.
It varies by your age. Me and
Right,
Tony
and
at
then they smack
That's
me
67.
what I just got done saying.
Full SS.
Other people, it's
Telling you
Ronald's
what,
older than us, so it's only 60.
Can't hear. We can't hear
One-
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
They said 67, and I said, how's that going
Calm
to change?
down, Americans. One at a time.
No, I try to lasso in the stragglers here. but
Tell them, Ronald.
Nothing changed. So, what's the difference with your
65, Michael,
one or
actually is retired. They don't
I
care
can't
about
read.
you.
It's
Go ahead, Michael.
67. 67 for
You're
me
not
Michael,
67.
Michael, you retired at 40.
to
You're
get
more than
100% of my Social Security.
Michael, when you turn 67, you're gonna get what you're getting now.
Yeah, they're going to change the terminology. So what? No,
I'm
same-
67, and
Well,
I can tell you for a fact that 65
all it does,
is
it-
when
all
you
it
get
does
to
is-
SSA.
Who's
if you go
67?
on SSDI, and say you're 60, you go on SSDI, you'll be on that till your full retirement age. Then they'll call it Social Security.
Right, coming out of a different pocket.
Who
Yeah,
said
Yeah.
67?
because it was based on your work record.
Right, and you ain't worked since then. You ain't getting the shit the full amount.
You can forget about 67 and all that crap. It's 65.
Who said they were 67?
I am.
I can't retire at
Who said
65.
that?
Born in 19.
Full retirement age for me is 67.
If you're working, if you're fucking not working, it's 65.
Right?
Okay.
How does
You
that
have to
work?
be. You have to be
65, it
working
doesn't
to get
change.
to 67.
How
what
does
I'm
that
getting.
work?
That's the way the system works.
Yeah,
Because I
but,
was
hey,
on
Mike,
SSDI for 10
again,
years.
Michael.
When I hit 65, it changes to SSA
Regular
or
shit.
I income.
The regular
Right.
shit.
Hey, 6 of one, half dozen the other. I'm going to get what I get.
so
Yeah,
how
you
did
get what you
Michael
get.
retire at 40?
Exactly.
Only they're going to call it different. The terminology.
Simon,
No, it
that's
comes from a different pot. It's the same money, but you get the same amount of money, but it comes from.
It all comes from Social Security.
There you go.
let's
So what the message I have for all the young people out there is keep fucking working because you're going to get
Yeah,
yours.
so we
And I'm
can
going
get
to get mine.
What do you mean, young people?
Paul.
Try and get it. John.
Anybody out there that hears this and you're 25, 35, keep working. Don't
You
quit.
keep working, son.
If they're working
Hey,
already,
Ronald,
if
I'll
they're
work
not,
till
they're
I'm
You gotta fund my ass like I fund my father's ass.
homeless.
I didn't quit working until I was
Hey, come on, Americans. Calm down. Can Michael answer the
This makes-
question?
What's the
Paul,
question?
The question is, how did Michael retire at 40?
He's mental.
What do you mean
Fucking
mental?
43.
SSD Paul, explain to me
43.
what
How did you retire at
SSDI is.
43?
Hey,
Paul,
you know
can you
what?
explain why Michael got his shit early? Because he's mental.
Explain that.
If something's
Yeah.
wrong with him, then he's going to get Social Security.
Period.
Yeah,
Hey.
$1,200. He's gonna get $1,000 a month.
Even the kid will get
Yeah.
it. You know, kid.
I I get about twice that now.
I retired at 55 just because I was
Yeah, I
diabetic.
worked. I worked at a governor. I worked at a government contractor job, and I retired at 40.
Explain.
Fucking please.
Can you let him explain, please? I'm
Explain.
trying to understand it.
No, don't. You won't, because it's logic.
Let Michael explain.
No, Paul was explaining it. 55. Go ahead, Paul.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, I retired with Social Security SSDI at 55 because I was diabetic. They approved my Social Security. They told me how much I would make for the rest of my life, and it wouldn't change except for COLA.
Right. Cost of living.
Right.
It goes up every
Yeah, but
year.
that
for COLA.
wasn't the
That's
question.
it. So at 55, I was making $1,300. Now I'm making almost $1,600 because of COLA.
Wouldn't get that if there
Yeah,
wasn't
but that wasn't the
Democrats.
question. The question was,
What is
how
the
do you
question?
retire at 43 like Michael did?
He's
But-
Well,
mental.
they deemed him unfit. Fucked up.
He's
But
not retired.
SSDI, they tell you exactly what you're going to get according to
Through
your
work
pay,
history.
your pay history.
You work.
The top 5 years of your pay history is what you get.
Yeah,
Simon.
You have to have
How did
35,
Michael retire at
35
43?
points.
That's the
35 or
question.
40.
You
Simon.
can make $1,000 a month, and then all of a sudden you get a job paying you $10,000 a month. You're going to get the top 5 years of your whole career. It don't matter.
That's right.
Listen, Simon, the D stands for disability. That's either physical
that-
or mental, okay? That's
that-
what qualifies you to get that at any age.
Last 5 years,
So
I was
even if you was 35, Kiko,
I've seen
As long
people
as you
26
put in
years old
10
on
years of work,
SSDI.
40 quarters.
You know,
So you've
my
got-
friend has 2 autistic children. They get SSDI from birth because they were.
so what you're saying, if you've got a mental disorder, you can retire at any age.
Right.
You just
Okay.
have
Have a
to
work
get
history.
approved by Social Security.
If you got
That's
2
what I-
autistic kids, they autistic. They're gonna be autistic for the rest of their life. They get on SSDI off the bat.
So what
But-
you're saying, Michael's got a mental disorder. That's how he retired at
It's a
43.
disability, yeah.
yeah. Hey, I'm certified by the
He's
Social
certified.
Security Administration, United States government, that I can't work.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah,
warden.
but what was the reason you couldn't work, Michael?
Drink too much.
Huh?
He drank too much. Who said that?
What was the reason that you couldn't work?
Physical or mental?
Mental.
Mental.
And that's
I-
a disability.
There you go. I've just asked, so I've got the answer now. So
No,
Next.
Simon just
Next.
mad because they ain't got that kind of flow in the UK.
next.
I thought they gave you free everything in the UK, NHS, right?
Hey, well,
Free
I tell
healthcare.
you what, you can claim disability benefit here for your dog,
Yeah.
and they'll pay for the food.
For your emotional support dog, right?
And even if you ain't got a dog, you can claim for it.
So, hey, Simon, in
I tell you, understand.
Hey, you guys, we're
I
gonna go
tell you.
private, man,
Go ahead, David.
pretty soon.
I was going to explain to Simon
We'll go
that
private.
in the United
Right.
States,
I
that
said, Michael, be still. I said, go ahead, David.
Let David,
David.
speak.
we have 2 forms in the United States. It's called SSI, Social Security
that.
Insurance. Those are for people that do not have a work history. That's also limited in scope and funds.
$1,000.
Meaning if you're on SSI, you cannot leave the country for more than 6 months at a time.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
there's a lot of other conditions for that.
Yep.
SSD, Social Security Disability, is for anybody who's had a work history up to enough of the 40
Well-
credit, the 40 credit units.
Yes,
Then they can apply for disability.
you're
That depends on your wage.
Your thing is based on your work record as to how much.
Simon, when they say 40 credits, Simon, that means
Because
each year has 4 quarters.
SS
10 years.
which is
10 years.
Right. So if I work for 10 years and
Right.
would I qualify for SSDI?
No.
There's no such thing as SSA. That's just the name of the.
So you're too old.
Where the money come from?
Hey, everybody, you say goodnight to everybody else out here in
Just
YouTube, man, because we're gonna go to Galapagos Islands.
I have
Get something to eat.
Thank you all.
We're going to the Galapagos
Dennis, take
Islands.
care.
Yeah,
Thanks for
yeah.
joining.
Michael's driving the boat.
Good night, Dennis, Christian,
Good night,
Dennis,
John
yeah.
Boy.
everybody in the background.
John Boy, Billy Bob.
Here.
Good
Sue
night,
Ellen,
good night, Mary Ellen.
good night.
I guess the phone's over. Phone's got a shirt
Fonzie.
on.
Parking
The
or
Fonz.
parking spot.
The funds is over. Happy days.
Happy days, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, next week, same time, same bat channel.
What
All
is,
right.
is this going backstage?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
just
we'll
going
go backstage.
when I came home, she had the
There's about 3 different conversations going on. I can't make it.
Rock and roll,
It
baby.
might be his, but I
It's
didn't see her
great.
car anywhere.
Flip the switch, Tony.
She said she
All
worked
right,
night.
oh, flipping the
Turn the
switch.
lights off, Tony.
what color is it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
God damn it.
It's getting light.
Yeah, it's